For 10 years, this colossal firefighting machine remained forgotten inside the burned forest. Its mechanical bare face still showed strength, but rust and fire had covered every protective surface. Both 5-meter front wheels had survived, but heat and time had split their protective rubber. The right side carried the deepest scars, where heat destroyed its cooling lines and protective armor. The left side had escaped the strongest flames, preserving traces of its original colors beneath the rust. At the rear, one track remained trapped in the same collapsed ground that ended its final mission. The twin water cannons that once controlled enormous flames had been frozen by corrosion. Behind the weathered glass, the silent controls remained exactly where they had been left 10 years earlier. Every angle revealed the same truth. The Forest Guardian had been forgotten, but it had not been destroyed. After the site was declared safe, Nadia Cole led 5 specialists to the forgotten machine. Its enormous scale confirmed that ordinary recovery equipment would never be enough. Original mechanical drawings helped the team understand how the protective structure carried the machine's weight. 8 reinforced recovery points were still strong enough to support a carefully controlled lift. Ground measurements showed that the old collapse could not safely support a conventional transporter. Nadia proposed lifting the machine across the unstable ground with a purpose-built aerial cable system. Each specialist accepted one part of the recovery, restoration, and future fire protection plan. Together, they named it the Second Shield Project and prepared to bring the Forest Guardian home. The team selected 4 stable foundation points beyond the weakened ground. 4 reinforced towers created a controlled recovery corridor above the old collapse. 2 parallel load cables connected the towers without rebuilding the destroyed access road. A rigid spreader frame positioned the lifting force evenly across the entire machine. The team balanced every lifting line before allowing the machine to leave the ground. A 30-centimeter lift was enough to release the rear track from the collapsed ground. Suspended between the towers, the silent giant moved slowly across the weakened ground. On stable ground, the complete machine was lowered onto a single 4-track transport carrier. For the first time in 10 years, the Fireguard left Ashwood Gorge and began its journey toward restoration. Inside the conservation hall, the team prepared to remove 10 years of ash without using water. A sealed collection zone kept the old ash controlled throughout the cleaning process. Loose ash was removed slowly, preserving every original edge of the mechanical bare face. The cabin and protective cage were cleaned without removing any original component. A peelable conservation gel loosened soot and surface corrosion without blasting the original steel. As the gel came away, traces of the Fireguard's original colors appeared beneath the soot. The giant reels and rear tracks were cleaned without rotating or removing a single assembly. Manual measurements showed a straight main hull, but the right rear carrier was 22 millimeters out of line. The first examination ended with a clear repair plan, while every original component remained in place. The Fireguard was transferred onto a rigid correction bed supported at 6 original chassis points. The right rear track was removed as one complete assembly, while the opposite track remained installed. Removing the weathered outer sections revealed the complete right rear carrier for the first time. Manual gauges confirmed a 22 millimeter offset and an uneven bearing seat. A split ring jig with 6 screw jacks surrounded the carrier without changing the main hull. Small, equal adjustments returned the carrier to its original centerline without affecting the main chassis. A portable precision bar returned the bearing seat to a smooth and perfectly circular form. A precision alloy sleeve restored the original fit without replacing the entire carrier. Final measurements confirmed that the right rear structure was straight and ready for mechanical rebuilding. After isolating every system, the team opened the compartments of the 2 original diesel engines. Sealed equipment removed the aged lubricant without releasing it into the workshop. Manual rotation proved that neither engine had become locked during its 10 silent years. Analog pressure tests showed that the protected internal chambers could still hold steady compression. The original shutdown system had stopped both engines before heat could reach their internal cores. Both cooling pumps received new bearings and seals, while their original housings and impellers were preserved. A segmented stainless manifold replaced the external cooling path damaged during the final mission. New heat-resistant hoses and protected wiring restored the connections around both engines. A cold circulation test confirmed steady pressure while both original engines remained safely off. The 2 roof-mounted water monitors were removed one at a time to protect their original housings. With both roof sockets empty, the team compared the 2 units before opening their swivel housings. Corrosion inside the swivel housings had restricted the original bearings and seals. A warm filtered bath cleared the internal waterways without abrasive blasting or altering the original metal. New bearings and seals restored smooth movement while preserving both original monitor housings. The main pump had survived, but the worn pressure divider could no longer balance the 2 outlets. The team preserved the original pump and reproduced the divider from the surviving mechanical drawings. Both restored units were connected to a closed-loop test basin, while the diesel engines remained off. Equal water streams and smooth movement confirmed that the twin system was ready for reinstallation. The 5-meter tires and 2 rear tracks were far too large for any standard workshop machine. The team built 2 split-ring molds directly around the installed front wheels. Aramid reinforcement restored strength beneath the deepest weathered sections of the original rubber. A heat-resistant rubber compound filled each prepared section without changing the original tread design. Enclosed electric heating joined the original rubber and new material while both wheels remained still. When the molds opened, both giant front tires had regained their original shape and strength. New outer pads restored the left track while its original steel structure remained on the machine. The detached right track was rebuilt segment by segment while its original steel core was preserved. Final manual checks confirmed that every rubber assembly was ready for the Fireguard's complete reassembly. Every restored component is ready, but the Fireguard still carries 10 years of history. The repaired carrier receives its restored track, completing the Fireguard's massive foundation. 4 rebuilt heat shields return, protecting the hull while preserving its original character. 3 straightened cage sections rebuild the protective frame around the colossal machine. A new laminated windshield restores visibility and protects the elevated driver's cabin. Both water monitors return to the roof, connected to balanced plumbing and protected wiring. The analog controls returned, while one protected rust patch keeps its past alive. Reassembled but not rewritten, the Fireguard is finally ready for its field test. Before the first start, the team checks every hose, fastener, and control once more. 6 supports retract together, returning the machine's weight to its wheels and tracks. For the first time in a decade, both engines return to a smooth, controlled idle. The giant wheels and tracks move together, proving the repaired carrier is straight and stable. Twin water streams confirm that the restored pump and pressure divider are working together. At the forestry training zone, the Fireguard approaches its first controlled fire line. Two powerful water streams cool the ground and stop the fire from spreading. With the fire line safely contained, the restored Fireguard is ready to protect the forest again.